What's up? Y'all know life be lifing. I'm your life coach, Lala, your family, your friend. So grab you a seat, take a deep breath, and let's drive into it. Good morning, family and friends. I am on my way to the gym. And yes, I am driving. So I got you guys clipped on my dashboard. So that's why I said let's drive into it. Anyways, how did your week go? It is Friday, Juneteenth. Do you have any plans today? I do have plans on taking the kids to a few events, but I do have some reading to do myself. And what else do I have to do? And then I have to take Ethan to a couple places, and then Ethan has a haircut appointment today. Time for the boy to get his haircut. But other than that, I don't have anything big. Only just to get on here, just to check in with you guys, and also just to talk about being an inspiration to other people and being influential, should I say. So I had somebody come up to me the other day and they were like, oh, you make those videos? I bet you get paid a lot of money, don't you? And I'm looking like, no. I get paid dollars on this, like nothing to be like, oh, I can quit my job and live off of content. It does not work that way. Yes, I make quite a bit of content. I have a few followers, but it does not, even off of the views, I get nice few views, but I'm not there yet. I'm not that type of status of, oh, I'm getting good money off of making content. I personally do it. So a little bit about me. I don't know if majority of the people probably just now started following me, or just now probably became aware of my videos. But I've been doing videos since 2022, and it all started off with my weight loss journey. Mind you, I was not really talking too much. The videos then were more of posting my journey, posting my weight loss progress, my body progress, because I was 387 pounds and I got down, my lowest weight that I got was 160 pounds. And so before I even got that far, I think my first 50 pounds, like I felt this urge to want to just share and post, because I was pretty big, and to me, losing 50 pounds is a lot. I ain't never lost 50 pounds of anything. And when I lost my first 50 pounds, when I lost my first 20 pounds, I was excited. But when I lost that 50 and then 100, I was to the moon, because I had never stayed committed that long to anything to see such results. And previously, like a few years prior, maybe 5-6 years before 2022, I've attempted working out multiple times, and never did my progress look the way it looked in my 30s. In my 20s, I tried. I just wasn't willing to give up smoking. I wasn't willing to commit. I wasn't willing to put that same commitment I had into smoking my blunts, smoking my cigarettes, going out, hanging out, doing unsavory things. I was not that committed to myself, to my journey, to stick it out and really do what I need to do for myself. I was still growing. I was still learning. I was still looking for that external validation. I was not who I am now. I was not as strong, not as opinionated, did not advocate for myself, and I did not have boundaries. And so a lot of people took advantage of that, and I was taking advantage of majority of my 20s. Now, not to say I was just, oh, poor me, like, because I had my ways too. But as far as mentally wise, I was hip, but not as hip, if that makes sense. I was still green, because I thought I knew everything, grew up fast, had to be a parent really fast and take care of myself fast, but there were some things that I was missing. There were some things that I did not know, and I still needed to learn as an adult, as a young person growing up. But I can turn it off now. But I just wasn't committed. So once I, got up and really got that big and like went through the divorce and like was realizing and focusing on my life, and it all came when I came across Tanya TKO's video. I will never forget. It was back in 2022. It was right after I had came from the doctor's appointment, telling me that my blood pressure was going up, that I was pre-diabetes. I knew at that point that something has to change. And I hate to say it, but I feel like majority of us only make changes when it's a life or death situation, or when it's a real health risk. Those are when I feel like those biggest changes happen. Those is when those are times when we really kick in and we show and you see what you are made of. And that's unfortunate that it has to be that serious or that deep before we actually make the commitment. I mean, some of us are able to be like, oh, I don't like this about myself. I'm always being picked on. I'm going to change this. But for me, it was a health problem that I had been suffering with already, because I have Graves' disease and thyroid. So I had radiation treatment. So I don't have nothing regulating my metabolism. I take a synthetic hormone. So my body retains fluid. I'm tired most of the time. So on top of actually being tired from doing everyday normal life, my body already is not functioning properly, and it's already exhausted. That's why I feel like it took me a minute to actually get back into it this time. And I feel like this time I know this time the progress is going to be amazing. The results are going to be absolutely gorgeous, because I'm not doing it in a rush. I'm not dogging my body to get it there. Like, I've had previous injuries, and baby, let me tell you, they tend to show up when I'm working, when the storm coming. Like, you can tell that I actually did improper techniques when I previously lost the weight the previous 3 years ago, and it shows, because occasionally my knee really gives me problems. Sometimes my back gives me problems, and I take a break. Like, there's only so much of strengthening the back you can do in the knees and things like that, and other than that, gravity, life, age, all comes into effect, and you just have to know when to rest and actually get off that knee, give your back a rest, because sometimes that's what it needs to be. Because I have pressure, it swells, so that means, yeah, I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna take it easy. And again, I'm just here to show consistency and what that looks like. I'm not doing it for the money. Will the money come? Yes. And if it does come, baby, I'm going to be grateful. But at this point in time, it's more of for me, and it's more of to be that change, that little change in the world that I didn't have or didn't see when I was coming up. Because if I had someone like me, if social media even existed, and had I even known what self-love was and being accountable and wanting to change, I didn't grow up in an environment like that. My environment taught me how to be, to deal with the streets. That's what my environment taught me. My environment was not the prettiest of any kind of upbringing. I raised my siblings. My mom was incarcerated majority of the time, or out running the streets doing drugs. Hey, addicted, still is. That's my story, and I'm okay with that. That's another thing. Once you become okay with your upbringing, your past, your flaws, like, I'm not perfect, and I'm okay with that. I used to be worried about what people gonna think, because people did used to pick with me because of my mom and what she did, and once I got to a certain age, and I didn't care. Like, go find you something to do, because obviously you're miserable. But that's like, I can't control. You have to want to quit. You have to want to stop doing things. And I learned that, just like me having bad eating habits, just like me not exercising, just like me choosing to party, have sex, and make these kids, and all of these things are choices that I made. And of course you're gonna be ashamed of them, right? Yeah, nobody wants to be talked about. Nobody wants to be looked at in a bad type of light. But what's more better than you owning your truth, owning your story? Nobody can use that against you. At that point, what can they do? What can they attack? Like, again, go find you something to do. Go be great. Go take care of yourself. That's the problem. We tend to focus on everybody else and want to put everybody else out, and so quick to want to show everybody else's flaws when, baby, who said you perfect? I'm not perfect. I'm imperfectly perfect, okay? But mind your business, though. I got this. I know my story. But again, go back to me making the content. Like, I feel like sometimes people say things in front, like, usually the old me, if you'd have like try to call me out in front of everybody, I'd have probably shut down, not really said anything. But baby, call me out now and I'm gonna have something to say, whether you like it or not. I can take constructive criticism, don't get me wrong, but don't try to act like you trying to dog me or trying to belittle me. Don't do that, because I don't play that type of way. But I know quite a few things about quite a few people that I choose not to say. I could be just as nasty, but I don't operate in that manner. I just don't. It's not helping me. It's not going to help me. I'm not built that way. Although I was raised in a certain type of situation, I've never, one thing about my family, they have always been open and honest and forever talking about each other. So it teaches you how to be a more of a develop that I don't give a fuck attitude. Or, I don't care what you're saying, and you say this. I had to learn to use my words, and everybody used to call me the peacemaker, because I could always express myself. Although I may have did it emotionally then, like I would be all uproar, and I still had the other side of me too, where I get mad and flip out and things like that. But for the most part, you're going to hear me. I'm going to communicate. I'm going to say what's wrong. I'm going to say it more than one time. I'm going to give you a chance to fix it. I will even work on me if you say there's something that is wrong with me, because I'm not perfect. But at the end of the day, I respect and I want the same treatment. And previously, I was not getting that. I would be the one doing all the changing, and the person would change for a couple weeks or so, and then they would go back and remain the same. And then I would stick around for a little bit, and eventually I'm like, yeah, I'm done. But, don't let people dictate your story. Don't let people are going to talk. They are going to talk when you're doing good. They don't talk when you're doing bad. And he was like, I was shocked, because when I went to go and look at my analytics, it was saying majority of the people that watch my videos and that are subscribed to me are from Columbia, Missouri. And I'm like, what? Really? It shocked me. And he was like, yeah, that's because people are nosy. You are correct. People are nosy. But the more people make you relevant, whether it's in a good way or a bad way, it's going to attract more people to you. It's going to make you more relevant. That's why one of my affirmations is, anyone who talks good or bad about me, it elevates me. It works out in my favor. It attracts opportunities towards me. It attracts abundance towards me. You reverse that. That's all about being resilient. What I've learned that I did not know I was practicing this whole time. Using my bad situations, and instead of it gets me down, yes, but instead of staying there, I use them as fuel. I eat your ass up. But for real, because I hate a person who feel like they're saying something to you to make you mad or to belittle you. Don't do that to me, because I'll make you hate that you said it. Because I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to use it as fuel. And I'm going to alchemize that energy. I'm going to transform it into something positive that's going to work out for my benefit. that's going to make me be seen in a better light. That's how you get your lick back. Silently. Progressively. That's how I operate. But also, yes, people may be nosy, but people are also now in a different phase and stage in their life that they want to make changes. We all come from various backgrounds. I came from a poor background. I did not live in public housing or in the projects. I may have project mentality, but I grew up in the country. My mama, majority of the time, we lived in trailer parks and on the outside. We never lived in town. So when I started hanging out in town, I was green as ever. I had no idea what was going on. I was very isolated and secluded, should I say. My mama was very strict when it came to me. So there was a lot of things that I had not been exposed to as far as real life. But as far as anything else, like bad things, negative things happening in the household, yes, there were some things. But other than that, as far as knowing the streets and knowing how other people really operate in dating and things like that, I had no idea. I was very green. So I failed very fast and learned from those mistakes. Because majority of the time, the street practically raised me. My grandmother died when I was 15, right before I had Nas at 16, and that's who raised me. That's who I would call when things would go bad. That's who I would call when I needed a person to lean on, when I needed an accountability partner. Like, that's who I would call on. And that support is gone. And then the next person was my brother, my younger brother. I called on him like we was like this, and he's gone. So all of my support systems, everything that I leaned on and depended on, they're gone. All the things that I feel like drove me and made me sane is gone. And that took a toll on me for a little bit, because it was like I was taking hit after hit after hit, and it was just me against the trio. That's how I felt. And I no longer had anybody in my corner. And then eventually my dad died, but he was not like, we didn't have the best of relationships either. He was always talking about child support because mama had him on child support. Lord knows I didn't see that money, and he just, I understand the mentality, but I don't like it, because I hate when men feel like because they pay child support, you're paying it to the mom. Some moms are better than others. Some moms do what they're supposed to do. At the end of the day, even if you are paying child support, it doesn't, like, a kid requires a lot of maintenance, a lot of care. That money, unless you paying thousands of dollars and your daddy got real good job or money, even if they is, who's to say that what's supposed to be getting done for that child is getting done? Needless to say, it wasn't. So I would go and ask him for things, and he was like, well, I did this and I'm doing that. So I would have to, snap out on him, and then it make him feel bad. Then he'll come over and apologize and all this other stuff. But, like, baby, I went through some things, and that's just what it is. But I decided within the last 2 years to really focus more on mindset, because yes, I lost the weight. Yes, I got down to that size. Yes, I was beautiful. I was glowing. I was everything. I still had not fully healed mentally. I was almost there. I was work in progress, but I was not fully there. I was not completely healed. I did not realize how much childhood trauma I still was holding on to until I really continued my self-love journey. Because in my head, I thought once I lost the weight, once I got to that goal, like once I was consistently going to the gym, like I'm good. I ain't got to work on nothing. Now I'm good. So I stopped focusing on myself. When I say stop focusing on myself, I stopped focusing on my internal healing. I was still, doing my little videos. I was still going to go work out. I still was not talking about my life. I still was kind of hesitant to share my story because I was worried about being talked about. And I just don't care. Now I don't care because it's me. When I first ever posted a video of me actually really talking, it was weird. I felt weird about doing it. I think I even made the video and I said I was weird, but I also told myself that I'm going to come back to that video, and the future me is going to remember when I first ever started, and I was going to thank her because she did it. She initiated it. She was brave enough to even post. And that first post really struck something in me. I really want to and sincerely and will continue to always be on here to motivate you guys and cheer for you guys, because I feel like it's not always about the next best workout routine or the next best or how to properly do form, or because there's a lot of videos out there about that, but there's not really a lot of real live raw videos of people really telling their story and really trying to motivate others. There's videos about how you change your mindset and how you become resilient, and here's a course, and buy this and join this masterclass. Like, all of that's out there, but you don't see people really honestly talking about it. And I didn't see it along my journey until I went to like various church events, and there was somebody testifying and giving their testimony of when they used to be on the streets versus now. Like, that's when I would see it. That's when I didn't see it outside of that. So it was far and few in between, because yes, there were people out there like that, but they wasn't making videos. You have to go to conferences or Bible study or some event regarding church before you seen those kind of transformations. And I just want people to be like, because I seen it post the other day. The girl was like, I stopped smoking weed and started bettering myself, and I thought I was gonna turn holy. And I'm like, she said, because that's typically what everybody do. And I'm like, well, not really. I don't feel like people like stop doing worldly things and just all of a sudden become spiritual or holy. I feel like you awaken, you become curious. You stop living in the matrix. You know how to like be you and navigate this world and still live in the matrix world with amongst everybody else who seems to be still dreaming, sleeping, whatever y'all want to call it. But I feel like there's just something that awakens in you that wants to express itself, wants to know that you should be doing something different, and want you to do that something different. It's up to you to feed it. It's up to you to nourish it. It's up to you to grow it. We are capable of making changes. Everybody, I'm sure nobody wants to live in bad, harsh situations or stay in negative relationships. But it just when you want to break away from that marriage because y'all have kids, you don't want to be looked at as, oh, I'm the first person in my family to get a divorce. I'm the first person to be a single parent. I don't want to be a single parent because everybody says that single moms' values are low, or whatever the case may be. Look, you are entitled to your opinion, and you may be right, but you're not going to put that story on me. You're just not. I don't have to accept that. So whatever y'all say is what y'all say. I'm okay with that. That's your opinion, but that just don't apply to me and my situation. And I had to learn that, because when I first separated from my husband, when I first got a divorce from my ex-husband, I was feeling the same way. I was ashamed. I was like, all of that was hitting me. And then as I healed, as time went on, and then I continuously, check this out, y'all. Even though I left a toxic situation, even though I knew my worth, that's how I know you're tested. You're always tested. You're tested to see how much have you changed. Have you really changed? Have you recognized where you was making those mistakes at in your life, and did you really fix them? or heal them. Because my last test was Naya. That's when my last test was. I needed that test because whether I kept Naya or not, whether it was with her dad or not, I was still going to have to learn that lesson sooner than later. So had I learned it then, or I could have learned it a year from now. But I'm glad I learned it then, because now I know better. Now I know why that encounter happened. Now I know what the purpose of that encounter was. And it definitely was not Naya. But I kept her. And she has made a big impact on me, the way in which I think about life now, the way in which I go about doing things now. It actually made me be more resilient and also ask for help. Because I still was not asking for help. I'm going to do everything by myself type of person. Now I ask for help. Now I go and seek those resources that could assist me to make my life a little bit easier. Now I'm more open to my kids going to activities and events and things like that. Now I'm more trusting of people. And that's something I had to heal, because I don't trust people at all. I just don't. Because I've experienced bad experiences with people, and I don't know if I've manifested those things when my kids first started going to daycares and things like that, because I also experienced those same experiences, or people are just still the freaking same and they have not changed. And it's just that I'm more healed and I recognize it and I call it out quick. You're not going to get nothing past me when it comes to my children. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to advocate for them, because that was not done for me. So I'm definitely going to advocate for my kids. I know that they have their ways. I know kids are not perfect, but I also know that kids are not heard. Kids, sometimes adults try to say things that kids did not do, and as adults we want to believe other adults, but I'm gonna believe my kid and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. Sorry, but not. But I just say that to say, I get up every day. I only make my content when I feel led to do. I only make my content when I'm rested. I was previously doing it all the time. It was forceful. I really didn't have too much to talk about. And when I felt inspired to do it, I did not do it. So I do the opposite. Again, it's a learning process. This journey, this self-love journey, is consistent. It's a lifetime thing, and you're continuously learning. You're continuously learning yourself. You're continuously picking up new skills. You're continuously coming across things you did not know, especially when it comes to changing your mindset, when it comes to want to level up your life, wanting to change, all of that. But again, like I said, going back, to all of that, I had the glow up, the losing the weight and all of that, the running, the feeling healthy, the feeling the best I've ever felt in my life. I still was not fully healed. I have not fully healed my childhood trauma. I was avoiding it. There were certain things that I would talk about, but there were certain things that I just was not doing it. I was not going to go dive deep into it. I didn't want to meditate on it. I just thought if I push it away, it would not exist. But it was affecting the way in which I chose my partners. It was affecting the way in which I communicated with my children. It was affecting the way our relationship. It was even affecting me allowing what I did people to do to me, because I had not healed those things. So I say that to say now that it takes a lot to look inside and internally and fix those things. And it's possible. It's just ugly. And it's okay. But you have to be okay with your story. You have to be okay with your life, your transformation, because it's not you. You can't control the things that happen to you. You cannot control things that you did not know were not right. Because there were things that I thought I was doing right as an adult that I learned as a kid that was not okay. And I didn't know that, because at the time, that's what I knew. That's what I was exposed to. And I didn't know anything else until I started taking parenting classes and exposing myself to other environments and people and learning that, oh, this behavior is not acceptable. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. With a little tweak of me, I implement those things. But I'm actually proud of that. I am happy that I have gained that confidence to be able to advocate for myself. And I recognize that the other day when I was telling this person, like, no, I make my content because I want to motivate people. I know my content has motivated somebody, whether they comment, like, subscribe, say anything on my videos. The views tell it all. I don't need accolades. I use, you're watching it, so it's doing something. Whether you only watch the beginning of it, the middle of it, you skip it to the end, because we 30 minutes in. And I don't think I've made a 30-minute video in probably a year, or maybe, yeah, or maybe 6-7 months. I don't know. But I find it hard sometimes to even make a 7-8 minute video. Now I find it hard to even shut my mouth because I'm so healed. I'm so at peace that I want to share that. I am that. I am her. I am that inspiration. I am that motivation. I know I encourage people to get up and make themselves a better person. I also know that when I start most jobs, and they say they want people who make changes in there and who are want to implement things and outspoken and knowledgeable. Most of the time they don't want that. And how they don't want that? Because once you get in there and you start showing who you are and start implementing those things, they start doing little things to kind of sabotage you. They try to do little things to try to reel you in, or stay ahead of you, or on top of you, or limit you. That just means they're not for you. It's just not that management style. I don't get people. I feel like you should train somebody up to take your spot, because how you gonna move up? How you gonna move up hoarding the spot that you have? How are you showing that you want to be a leader and not a manager? Because there's a difference. I'm a leader. I lead. I don't need a title. My energy is loud. My confidence is loud. My head is always held high. And I'm going to be there for my workmates and my team because it's me. I don't have to have a team lead or supervisor title to do the right thing. I don't have to have somebody watching me to do the right thing, because I'm there to work. I'm there to get a check. I don't got time to be standing around here bitching and moaning and groaning. I don't got time for that. Let's do the work. Let's get out of here and let's move on. So I'm that type. I will lead. I will step up in a minute. I don't need a shirt, a title, a vest, a name tag, none of that. I don't need that, because I do this for real. I do this in real life. And that's why I make my content. Because whether anybody wants to admit it, whether they wants to be real with themselves, that's why they watch me. You watch me for a reason. Something about me, whether you're being nosy, you call it being nosy, but something in you is awakening. Something in you is curious. Something in you, whatever you heard or whatever I said, it made you feel some type of way, because it's something that you need to heal. Something in you knows that what I'm saying is right. That's why you make the movement. Something in you knows you say I am correct. That's why you start trying to you do your videos, or you start trying to make your subliminal posts that don't affect me. I don't listen to me, please. I don't compete. And you can't compete where you don't compare. And I'm not competing with nobody. I am my competition. I wake up every day to be a better me than I was yesterday. I wake up and challenge myself every year, every month, every 6 months, to be a better me than I was the last year, than I was 10 years ago. And trust me, the progress, I may have setbacks, but baby, when I get back and I slingshot my ass and take off, you can't catch me. You just not. I'm on a whole nother level. Mentally, you're not touching me. I put my content on here. A lot of people have negative things to say. At first, people was having all type of trifling stuff to say in my messenger years ago when I first started doing my posting my body and stuff like that. You could imagine the shit that came out of people's mouth. It was crazy. It was real crazy. And at one point in time, I actually let that affect me. I was letting, oh, I ain't got no views. I'm making these videos. I ain't got no views. People can look at stuff in private mode. Like, people can do all types of things to watch your content. They can make fake profiles. They can look from other people's profiles. Like, come on now. Like, stop selling yourself short. Stop making yourself small to make somebody else feel good. And that is what I learned this season in my life. Like, I would shrink and be like, no, I don't think I'm all. No, I do think I'm all of that. I do. Yes, I've changed. Yes, I've grown up. Yes, I used to run the streets. Yes, I used to hang out. Yes, I used to drink all the time. Yes, I used to have random sex. Yes, I used to do all those freaking things. They don't define me. They don't dictate and make who I am. That's not me. This is me. And yes, I own me. Yes, you can't make me feel small about me because I'm me. And if I had to do it again, I would. It made me me. I had some good times. And I've also had some good times being by myself and healing myself and being on this healing journey. I've had some alone times, both ways. Being out in the streets, hanging out, and being by myself. So, I mean, it is what it is. But own your shit. Stay on your shit. Don't let nobody dictate you and tell you what it is and limit you. Just don't. And if I got to get on here 2 times, 3 times a day to tell you that or to boost you up or to be that person for you, I am willing to do that. I'm happy to do that. Again, I'm going to be that person that I never seen. I'm going to be that person for my kids. I'm going to be that person for teens. I was a teen parent. Like, I want to be her. I am her. I'm going to be that motivation that everybody remember. I remember when look at her now. Look at her now. If y'all only knew my story and if you only knew where I came from, you would be shocked. Like, the little things that I share with you ain't nothing compared to what I went through to get here. And like I posted the other day, it's only God that I don't look like what I went through. And I'm happy about that because most of the people that I went to school with, oh baby, I'm just gonna pray for y'all because they didn't age too well. And some of them are still making the same mistakes that they made then. And the ones who I thought, oh, they got this, they wearing the ladies is wearing that. Yeah. It's the grass ain't always green on the other side. It's just not. I'm gonna leave that there. It's just not. It's just that my mom was a little more out there. My life was a little bit more exposed, and I wasn't taken care of as I should have been. I was a little dusty thing. So everybody knew my business. I just didn't know theirs. Because again, I didn't grow up. I've been in Colombia majority of my life, but I did not grow up here. I didn't go to high school here. When I came back here, I was pregnant. I could not go to high school. I ended up having to get my GED because my mom didn't pay for my books. My stepdaddy didn't take the books back. And I don't know what the fuck he did with them, threw away, whatever. So they didn't send my records here when we moved from Memphis, so I could not go to high school here. The last high school I went to was in Melrose in Memphis, and I couldn't go here, so I had to get my GED. So I did what I had to do. Did not make me stupider, did not make me less. I was very smart, honor roll student, everything. Just like when I enrolled in college, I was on the dean's list. So it did not. How you get there doesn't dictate how smart you are. It just doesn't. It gave me the life skills. I'm glad I have the life skills, and I know how to, and this, if I have to go into survival mode, I know how to do that. I will live. I will last quite a long time. But again, you guys keep going, keep doing it. I gotta go to the gym. I have spent the hour just sharing that because it was kind of on my heart this morning when I woke up. And someone said post a video about it and talk about it. So I did. And just to say, own your story. Don't let somebody use that to try to control you or make you feel less than them or belittle you. Just don't. I really say advocate for yourself. Don't be scared to advocate for yourself. Don't be scared to call somebody out. Don't be scared to quit that job and try something different. Don't feel like you stuck. I don't care if it's for the money, if it's for, look, money is just a source and a means to get things that you want. When you change your mindset in the way in which you think about life, you're winning. Things will start being, you will start attracting things. You will start getting things unexpectedly. And I don't have lots of money, but I have enough to survive. I have enough to be okay for right now. Do I need more? Yes, it's a resource. It's a tool for me to trade for things that I want. Just like your services are. Just like your skills are. You can trade those things. They did it back in the day. You can trade your skill, your service for something that you want. It doesn't always have to be monetary, guys. You got to think outside the box. And be creative. And start. It's Friday. Every day you wake up is another day for you to continue being that same person that you said you were going to do the beginning of this year. 2026. Remember when y'all was making y'all resolutions? I did that last year. So when I came into 2026, I start a new year anytime in the year. Whenever I feel like, oh, this is something I need to do, work on, and I want to start doing this, I do it. I implement it. Let's start a new year. I don't wait till the new year. I don't got to have permission and wait when everybody else want to do it. No. Do it. Be like Nike and just do it. Do it. Get it done. Get it over with. Get it started, because the more you wait, oh, I'm going to wait until this. There's never going to be a perfect moment. Oh, when I start getting this money, it start feeling that way now. Make the mistakes now. Know your worth now. So when you get that money, whenever you get that glow up, you know how to treat your body. You know how to protect your assets. You know who to invest in. You know what to do with your money. And you know how to be still when you need to be. You know who to give who to give access, who you give who you give access to your energy. Dang. Tongue tied this morning. You will learn that sooner than later. Life will take off for you. Trust me. It will start clicking. Everything will make sense. All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy this Friday. Y'all enjoy y'all Juneteenth. Be great. Continue to improve and make those big improvements and show the world that what your greatness is all about. Show them that you can do it. Show them that it doesn't matter. Show them that you chose you this year. Show them that what they say don't mean shit. Okay, y'all? So if you're feeling stuck, if you don't know how to change your mindset, if there are things going on that, you just need help getting over that hurdle, you need help trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel, I got you. I'm a life coach. I can be your life coach or mentor. Whatever it is that you need me to be for you, I got you. I got you. I'm very good at motivating. I'm very good at, being an outside person and not just, I see things from both ends. I can give you both aspects of the situation, but I am all about personal growth, self-love. I honor my time. I cherish my skills, my techniques, and you should do the same. So if you are looking into hiring me, if you are looking into, wanting me to be there for you by your side, I'm very serious about my skill. I'm very skills. I'm very serious about what it is that I bring in, the asset that I am to you. I am a great asset. I'm a huge asset. I am very resilient, and I can teach you how to be there as well. I've been through a lot of things, trauma, life experiences. I also have a lot of knowledge. I've been around various groups of people in situations. I've had some conversations with a few people from different various backgrounds. I've been a part of various committees, groups, boards. I'm your girl. I'm your girl. Right now I'm working on psychology, studying what I've always loved, the mind, the brain. I people watch. Note about me, I people watch, and people do some curious, interesting things when they don't know that they're being watched. I've always been that way. I don't know why, but I'm just curious. I find it very intriguing the way people think, and I'm very curious about why people do what it is that they do, and where does it stem from. That's why I can recognize and tell you that I learned this during my childhood, and it came into my adulthood, and this is why. So I know I know what the things are about me that needs to be fixed, and I work on those. I'm willing to go in and invest in them, and I'm willing to approach them and face them, because it's not easy either. It's tough as well. But again, you guys, if you are looking into getting into my coaching services, you can always DM me. You can shoot me an email. My contact information is on all these platforms, whether it's Facebook Marketplace, Jesus, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, help me, YouTube. I have all my contact information in my description and my info. Other than that, thank you guys for continuing to support me. Thank you guys for motivating me to motivate you guys to be the best of you. I am glad to be that inspiration. I'm glad to be here for you, and thank you for your support. Love you. Bye.